Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the earth signs and their soulmate connection. Earth signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. It really helps the channel to grow. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance for that. So, Earth signs, we're going to be doing your reading today with 3 decks that I chose. The first one is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, which is so awesome, and the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, the incomparable Colette Baron-Reid. And I don't have the box for this one, but this is the Chakra Healing Oracle deck. So I was asked to do a soulmate reading because I've done a few twin flame series so far, and a friend of mine asked me, why don't you do a soulmate reading? Because not everyone has a twin. And I said, that's a great idea. So a soulmate can be anybody. It could be a family member, but it's most likely a friend or a co-worker, somebody that you've met through extracurricular activities, somebody who just resonates with you. It's easy with them. You can talk to them about anything, everything. You resonate at the same frequency. So it's a little different from a karmic partner who can test you, is there to teach you lessons, but in not a way that you weren't necessarily anticipating. But with soulmates, when we learn lessons, sometimes we learn those lessons together. And that's why it's rewarding and can feel like it comes from more of a heart space than a karmic space. I'm being told to say, though, that the trick in learning those karmic lessons is to find a way to make them come from the heart space, to allow them to come from the heart space. That's just an aside, but Spirit wanted me to say that. Strange way to come to your reading today, Earth signs. I actually accidentally recorded 2 fire sign readings. When I realized that, I was kind of miffed at myself because I was like, well, why did they get 2 and earth signs didn't get any? And then it's not something that I had to tell you. You would have never known, but Spirit wanted me to tell you because it's almost like either you or your soulmate have to come clean about something. You have to tell the truth about something, and it may be uncomfortable or awkward or difficult or just I gotta tell her that. I gotta tell her that. I gotta tell him that. So take it as it resonates. I don't know which soulmate in this reading will show up for you, but once I start talking, the person that comes to your mind, stick with that person. Okay, so we're gonna pull 2 cards right now from Starseed Oracle. First one will be you. Second one will be your person. Wow. Wow. All right. Okay. So there are a lot of cards in this deck. This first card describing your energy has flipped out for 3. There are only 4 elements, and I think 3 of the elements got this card. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. And of course, use the word God to describe source energy, the universe, the divine spirit, nature, however you like to ascribe that meaning. And for your person, they got the cosmic heart. We're just talking about heart space. Devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. God, that's so beautiful. Make your life a moving prayer. I love that. You can tell I haven't used this deck very much. I love that energy for Who is this person, earth signs? How beautiful they are. Not that you're not beautiful, but how beautiful they are. Look at all of this light energy coming from that heart space of theirs. If you need to also reverse the energies, please do. And, you know, we're sharing frequencies with our people, so take whichever side resonates more for you. 2 cards came out. Oh man, you guys got some pretty great energies here. You got joy. Joy. Your name could be Joy. Somebody you know could be Joy. They got abundance. Both solar plexus chakra energies. Right off the bat, I mean, clearly you are vibing in such beautiful synchronicity with your soulmate at this time. Could be your partner, your husband, your wife, your divine counterpart. Take it as it resonates. Interesting though, you can see here in this abundance energy, that treasure chest is a little inaccessible. Like it's there, you know it's there, but you gotta kind of work for it. Oh, this is so interesting, right? 2 sides of the same coin. You can be a person who worries about money down the drain. Or you could be, on the flip side, the person who is being resourceful in how they acquire their wealth. So is your person someone who you find to be very resourceful, very creative in their problem-solving abilities? I mean, here you are, just floating on a cloud, just happy-go-lucky. Anytime we see sunflowers in a reading, it represents the sun energy. It's so beautiful. Your energy is vibing very high, earth signs. I'd love to see it. So the first, we're going to put 8 cards on the table. First 2 cards will be your energy. Second 2 will be your soulmates. The third will be the connection. And the fourth will be advice from spirit. I will say that I am only reading uprights in this deck, as it is the stipulation of Colette Baron Reed, the author of this deck, to only take uprights. So I will only take uprights. And we're done. 8 cards down. First 2 cards are you. Beautiful energy. The 6 of air, which is the 6 of swords, moving on so boisterously. That was the word that came to my mind. Seeing this clipper ship on a cloud. It's weird. It's a weird kind of optical illusion because there are clouds here, but it could be on the water. It could be on the clouds. It's between worlds is what I just heard. The clouds representing air energy and the water representing the emotional depths. So 6 of air, moving on. This is a card of moving forward, moving past, moving on, moving beyond something. I'm getting this really, really weird reference. It's so out there and random as to not be random. Spirit is showing me the scene from a television show called Doctor Who. I don't know, is Doctor Who still popular in the UK, like the new version? I'm seeing an episode with the incomparable David Tennant. David Tennant's just one of the best doctors. But anyway, if you never watched the show, it doesn't matter. There's an episode, it's science fiction, and there's an episode where he's being held captive on a ship. And it's one of, by his literal arch nemesis, the Master. And the ship flies. It's like like an aircraft carrier almost, but it flies through the air. And I don't know why I'm being told to bring that reference up, but here we are. There's something to it, though, that in that episode, the master, the spirit wanted me to say something kind of lewd and inappropriate, which I will not, but just use your imagination. The master had the doctor by he had a tight grip, and the doctor, who is this godlike being, was brought very low, completely disempowered. So there could have been a situation in your past where you were completely disempowered in a situation, and somehow you rallied, somehow you came through, and you're moving beyond that energy now. Congratulations, is what Spirit just said. And they saw you the whole time, clarified by the number 20 card, which is Judgment. In this deck, it's called The Call. Answering the call of Spirit, answering your life's blueprint, your destined path. But somewhere along the way, you saw that another path wasn't your destiny, and you did something about it. You heard your inner voice. You know, I see here this archangel, and I see this portal behind them, and it's like you stepped into the light. I feel as though you were in a pretty dark place, because in order to experience this kind of energy, you know, we need that balance. We need the light and the dark to appreciate both, right? And these two energies very much mirror, you know, like this energy back here, this kind of magical, shimmery energy feels like this portal that it's like it said, let God in. You stepped through to where the divine was, and the divine in you, the divine in you. Even this can be, these two kind of smoke, wafts of smoke can be mirror these two pillars for me. What was this about, Spirit? What did you have to move on from? Ace of Fire. Let me get one more. I'm just going to show you Ace of Fire. I'm going to get one more. Ace of Earth. What? And Three of Earth. Okay. Two aces to clarify that, and the Three of Earth. Let's start with the Three of Earth. This is co-creation with Spirit, collaboration and connection. This is you reaching out to the divine and saying, I'm ready to make some moves, to make something happen. And you did it. You did it because I can see that. Because Ace of Fire, Ace of Earth, Spirit said, okay, you want to collaborate? Cool. Let me bring in a new creative endeavor. Let me bring in resources, money, and opportunities for you. And this is you saying, thank you. I accept, I receive. You know, aces, when aces come in reverse in other decks where I do read reversals, that represents people not being able to accept what they deserve, accept what is meant for them. And that was not you. Look at this. Look at the hands up in the air, just saying, yes, I'm allowing all of this downloads and opportunities and abundance to come towards me. And you did it with such a, like, there's like an openness, right? There's a surrender. This is amazing. This is really hard work too. It's not easy to overcome, you know, what I saw through that very strange Doctor Who reference, but it was there. We got there. We got there. Being completely disempowered, and then, you know, in a way, maybe you started from scratch. Maybe you lost everything and you found a way to build yourself back up. Your soulmate having been there right alongside you. Right alongside you. Because you're just vibing in the same energy right now. It's really beautiful. Good for you. I just keep wanting to say congratulations. Good for you. For their energy. 7 of Fire. 7 of Fire in the Rider-Waite deck, in the typical tarot deck, 7 of Fire can sometimes represent maintaining a stronghold. The fire, the suit of fire, the suit of wands, largely talks about battle, right? Fire represents kind of ignition, battle. And by the time we get to the 7, we've conquered something, but now we have to maintain it. It's like getting into possession of something and then it becomes your responsibility, right? I'm seeing like somebody signing on the dotted line, like they just bought a new car. Now that car is your responsibility. You worked so hard for it. You're so happy. What an accomplishment to be able to buy yourself a brand new car. But then it comes with the responsibility. You have to buy the gas, you have to maintain it, you have to pay for parking, etc., etc. I know you can't see it, but a beautiful feather just flew right by my window. So I don't know, with you and your person, your guides are very heavily around you. They're, you know, and I see this, this is your person's energy, your soulmate. Their guides are just flittering around them. They're so proud of both of you. I just keep wanting to say that for how far you've come, for what you've accomplished. The 7 of Fire, though, sometimes can represent a blocking energy as well. So, let's just use the car analogy for a second. We come into possession of this brand new shiny car. It becomes our responsibility. And then it becomes perhaps our obsession or our worry. And so I see that represented here for your person, right? Like maybe they got a new job or an inheritance or something in the material world that they now have to maintain. And while it's a beautiful thing, it's also a heavy responsibility. I almost said burden. Maybe because I see the 5 of Earth here. 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. But the 5s can talk about conflict energy. Things coming in between someone and the rest of their destiny, the rest of their path. 5s are not my favorite number, but they are important because it is that limbo period where you make very significant decisions, but it can be stagnancy. And so I see your person here in a little bit of a holding pattern. There, you know, this unicorn is kind of, what's it called, bucking? Like they haven't quite jumped off yet. They're about to. It seems kind of inevitable, but they haven't jumped off yet. They're not in the air yet. And there could be some stagnancy in movement. Their cosmic heart, make your life a moving prayer. They could be communing with spirit at this time, asking you for your opinion, asking you for your prayers too. They could be in a place where you feel a lot of compassion for them, even though they're abundant, right? I just heard, what was the cost? So especially if this describes a inheritance. We get inheritances when people have lost people, right? So maybe your soulmate lost somebody recently, and you know, they'd rather have the person back, of course. But, you know, maybe they got a house. I'm seeing this house in the background, or property of some kind, a business. Let's get a clarifier on it. Strength card. Yeah, they're having to, this is Leo energy, number 8 of the Major Arcana. Spirit is helping them for sure. Lots of warm yellow energy, I have to say, with both your chakra cards, with your 2 aces here. This is a little bit more green, but warm tones. Warm tones everywhere, even in this with these fireflies. So I feel as though your person is having to reconcile something within themselves. The Strength card talks about a mastery over one's own ego. So having to overcome the hurdle of fear and how your fear manifests itself in the world, right? So sometimes when people feel really insecure, they come off as really arrogant. Or if they're feeling insecure, they come off as a victim. I'm not saying your person, your soulmate, is either one of these things. However, it's something that they're grappling with, perhaps internally right now. Maybe with this lion here, they just want to lash out, but they can't. So they're keeping it under wraps. I feel as though your person is going through some grief process, and I don't necessarily have any cards here. It's just a feeling. So take it as it resonates. It's not to say that they're still not abundant. It's not to say that they're not a grateful person, but there's some internal grief. Maybe that's what, you know, I started this reading by admitting that I missed your reading and had to record again. So maybe that's what your person, your soulmate, has to reveal to you, that they're hurting right now, but you don't see it. Maybe because you're in this beautiful surrender and joy energy, you don't see it. Take it as it resonates. But okay, I do see it now. When I read, I don't look at the whole, you know, I don't look at all the cards that flip down and then come up with something. I read as I go along, and I see it now. 8 of air clarified by the 2 of water. These 2 cards are the connection between you two. 8 of air can talk about analysis paralysis. So really being stuck in worry, right? And trying to release that worry like feathers, trying to tick them off one by one. So if you have a list of all these things you have to do, you're just like both trying to cross things off your list because there's so much happening. But you're doing it together. 2 of water, 2 of cups. This is divine partnership, divine union. The 2 of you, you know, there's no separation. There's some depictions of the 2 of cups where one person is in like one sphere, one world, and the other person is in another. You both are under the water together. So I mean, this almost feels like it could either be like a marriage or a very, very high investment partnership, or like best friends. Like your ride or die. I just heard that. Whoever this person is, they're your ride or die. Really devoted to each other. That's such, you know, I'm not saying this because you don't. I'm just saying this to say we can't take friends or connections like this for granted, because many people don't have them. They don't have ride or die friends or family or soulmates. Sometimes people are just winging it on their own. So Spirit wants me to just say, like, don't ever let this go. It's so sacred. and it's been for lifetimes. But right now, in this present moment, you both are trying to help each other release some baggage of the mind. Baggage of the mind. I just heard, am I good enough? You know, look, I can't, like, look at this guy. His hand's on his head. He's got some alcohol. It's a mentality shift, though, isn't it? It's a mentality shift. It's reframing the situation. Sorry, I'm just looking at this card. Just looking at this card a little bit more closely. I see there's this kind of reverberation. Even with this, right? When we see clouds like this in the cosmos, it's the after effect of like a supernova, and all of the density and the cosmic material gets catastrophically expelled from the central point, and over millions of years is the after effects can still be seen. And Spirit wants me to say that there's something reverberating throughout time and space, that this soulmate of yours has been very long-standing one. Many, many lifetimes you've traveled together. And you feel that intuitively, you understand that, you know that. I'm going to ask for a clarifier on the connection. 10 of water. Look at this. Ancient wisdom. 10 of water, 10 of cups. This is blissfulness. This truly is joy. 10 of cups. It's 10 full cups of love. I mean, this is the happy Buddha, right? It's like the fat Buddha. Just absolutely overflowing with compassion and empathy and joy and love. And that is what describes, look, see, we started off with a lot of yellows and oranges, and here we are now in the watery realms, in the thinking mind, these blue hues that are cool and comforting. It's like a balm to the soul, this connection. How lucky are the both of you? Spirit's advice, Queen of Fire. Spirit's advice, Queen of Wands. Have confidence. Remember who you are. Look at this. For your person, I would ask you to please share this reading with your person. The Cosmic Heart, we can see here, echoed in a completely different deck. The Cosmic Heart, right? The Queen of Wands is very beautiful. She's resourceful. She's smart, creative, loving, lucky. She's lucky. And she doesn't take no for an answer, is what I just heard. Don't give up is what they just said. But it is time with the World card, number 21, Major Arcana. The World talks about a chapter coming to a close. And we're almost like locking it up now, throwing away the key. I like to describe the World card as like if I had to ask you to name the top 5 events of your life that you didn't necessarily see it at the time, But in retrospect, you can look back on that and say, yep, when that happened, my entire life changed from that moment on. If I had to ask you, or you had to tell me the top 5 pinnacle moments in your life thus far, think of those moments as when the World card enters in, chapter comes to a close, and a new one begins. I also see this card as the two of you kind of hopping worlds, hopping galaxies, as energetic bodies traveling the cosmos. I feel like you and your soulmate are like definitely like star seeds, like Arcturian. I don't even know what all the star systems are, but that was the first one that came out. Like you both come from, like you're not new. You know when you meet a person and they just seem like a new soul? I don't know if you guys pick up on those things, but I pick up on that. Like when I meet an old soul versus when I meet a new one, it's very clear to me. It's so clear to me, and I can't even describe it. I can't prove it. I just know. The both of you are very old souls. What is one last card from Spirit? Wow, I didn't even get a chance. It fell off the bottom. I'm going to take it. The Queen of Air and the King of Water. Right? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny that I just talked about how in some depictions of the Two of Cups, they're depicted in separate environments? Here's the Queen of Air and the King of Water, air and water, like in 2 different environments, but absolutely in synchronicity with one another. Queen of Air talks about a very discerning divine feminine. King of Water talks about a very measured divine masculine, measured in his emotions. Both of them are measured, actually. But she doesn't take any BS. And he is a very fatherly figure. And this could describe you and your soulmate. Doesn't matter what gender. It's beautiful energy. I'm so happy that you have somebody like this in your life. Please share this with them, you know, and let them know that whatever it is that they're concerned with right now, it's only temporary. You, please stay in this energy as long as you can. We can't always stay in it, but stay in it as long as you can. It's so beautiful. You have divine guidance on your side. You're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty after a time of struggle. So I'm going to say it one more time. Congratulations. That's it, Earth signs. So glad that oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. So glad that I got my act together and did this reading for you. Figured out my mistake. That's okay. We make mistakes sometimes, but there's always an opportunity to make amends. Thank you, Earth signs. If this resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Bye, Earth signs.